Spider-Man brand new day. Not only are the first reactions are in, first reviews came in. Boom, boom, just like that. They did the social media embargo dropped at like 1 a.m. East Coast time. And then all the reviews dropped around 6 a.m. West Coast time. Switch that shit up on you. It looks like it's going to do pretty well. Yesterday, I said said I think it's going to make like 500, maybe 550. Somebody said, "Wait a minute, that's a ridiculous take. How could you even justify that with Odyssey still out there? That's ridiculous." Well, you think I'm ridiculous? And you should talk to the new tracking report that says it's going to make potentially 800 million opening weekend worldwide. As the MCU kind of takes off here with Spider-Man, Doomsday's right around the corner, and there's questions about that budget. And it's not in a way like, oh my God, this movie costs so much money. There's no way it can make profit. It's actually, people are saying that it costs less than Endgame. How true is that? I don't know. So we'll discuss that and some other stuff for sure with myself and the Roxinator. She's here today. We don't want Mike. That's not true. He's off until next week. We couldn't get the switch. So it's me and Rox, and I like that. Old school. Let's get into it. Here we go.
Did you shit in there?
Howdy doody. Nice to have everybody back. Nice to have Roxy back. Where is she? There she is. What's up, Rox?
Hello. Good morning.
Looking good.
Oh,
hold on. The shots are messed up because it started a little late. Sorry. What'd you say?
That's on me. I saw Spider-Man.
Okay, so we can discuss.
Yeah.
Let's discuss. That particular doesn't necessarily mean anything. I don't think, right? Did you not like it?
I want to know what your thoughts were on it.
Loved it.
Loved it.
Loved it.
How was your screening thoughts on it?
Loved it. Everybody was raving. Everybody was raving about it. People were like, I had a few conversations. People were asking right away what I thought as far as ranking it goes. And I was I was like, it's hard for me to rank the Spider-Man movies, like all the Spider-Man movies, right after I see one, because it's just too recency bias. I just love how different that they don't have to rely on just all the. It's a big movie. There's no doubt about it, and there's some really cool action. But it's such a character development piece, which others haven't. He doesn't have to just rely on being a teenager and high school stuff and going. It's like a maturity movie, and it's a character evolution movie, and I love that about it. I love that whole thing. And I'm not going to spoil it for anybody, but even the stuff that they do with the MCU, it doesn't feel like shoehorned in. It feels relevant to the story. And I actually think that Destin Daniel Cretton does just a really solid job in kind of taking this new mature Spider-Man down this road.
I really liked it too.
Okay.
I thought that it was really like there was a lot of parts that were really moving in it.
Yeah.
And also the action is sick.
Yeah.
I love the way that it looked. This was, with no spoilers, my favorite of Zendaya's performances in the movie.
Yeah, it was really good. She was really
solid.
Good. Yeah.
I found it to be like when people are concerned that something is overloaded, this is a jam-stuffed movie for sure. I found this to be like there's a lot going on.
There's a lot going
on. And also I watched it with somebody who has not seen the Marvel movies.
Any of the Marvel movies.
She's only watched the Spider-Man movies.
Okay.
And she doesn't know anything about Marvel. She just likes the Spider-Man movies.
Sure.
And I found this to be the least accessible of the 4 Spider-Man movies for somebody who is not part of this world. There's a lot going on that is outside of Spider-Man's purview.
Sure. And
I was like very aware of that while we were watching it, and like quickly trying to tell her this is who this is. This is what this means. This is what's going on here.
Sure. Yeah. I mean, I think that's fair. I don't think it's enough to get lost completely, because there were a couple things, because I took Sam with me, and so there were a couple things that Sam had to say.
She's seen the Marvel movies.
She's seen the Marvel movies, but not everything. Like, oh, look, it's in the trailer, like the Punisher. She knows John Bernthal, but she's never seen any Punisher stuff. So
yeah. But does she know? Has she heard of the Punisher?
Yeah,
like my friend's never heard of the
Right.
Punisher. So
Right,
you know, like if this isn't your world at all,
sure.
like and these movies should be for people who like Spider-Man movies.
Mhm.
As
But
well.
I don't think that I think that they do a good enough for him, for an example. I think they do a good enough job for him in this movie that even if you don't know who he is, you establish who he is, what their relationship is, and their dynamic is pretty solid in the movie in general, that it doesn't really I don't think it's going to lose most. I don't know about your friend, but it might not lose most audience members.
Here's what her only comment was. She was like, "Oh, I like them in the Odyssey together." That was like her take on the situation.
Did she like the movie?
Yes, she did. She
Right.
did. But there was definitely things that she had no idea what were going on, like a big thing that she was like.
Right. There's I mean, there's things we're going to do a spoiler. So I took Sam with me, and then I started thinking about it last night. We were going to do I had a whole plan where I was going to do my out of the theater, where she does a little cameo, that have her do her own out of the theater. But I was like, you know what? Instead of that, she came in towards the end of the out of the theater, was on it for quite a bit. And then I'm like, I'm just, because I'm not used to this, because I go and see these movies by myself, and then I do the reviews, I do the spoiler reviews.
Right.
Back in the day, I'd see them with Mark, we do them together, all that. And I'm like, wait a minute. I saw the movies with Sam. She's coming in here today. I'll just shoot my non-spoiler review with her, and I'll shoot my spoiler review with her. And when it's fresh, and like those types of things. But I think that the music's solid. I don't know about what kind of theater you saw it in.
Love the music.
The music was great.
I saw it in Dolby, so that
right. So you saw me too. When there's a particular scene, again, no spoilers, where there's like this thumping on the ground, my whole theater shook as if something was banging into the
I don't know what part you're referencing, so I guess not.
Well, did you ever feel like the theater was caving in?
No.
Well, maybe it was just the Dolby at Lincoln Square, because it was awesome. Like, there was these moments where like things would be banging, and it felt like the whole theater was shaking and moving, and it was nuts. But it was really solid. It was that was great. What I loved is, I actually think this is Tom Holland's best performance as Spider-Man. I think he was great in No Way Home, and I still think that might be my favorite out of all of them. Like I said, I gotta revisit.
Definitely No Way Home is still my favorite.
I think it's still my favorite. I think that there are some, as you said, some really solid emotional moments in this movie.
Incredible stuff. There was some of my favorite scenes in any Spider-Man movie ever were in this movie.
Yeah, there's some really good ones. And everybody who's involved, I think this really solid job. There's some moments at the end that are real emotional. I think No Way Home had some big emotional scenes that I still don't know if I still felt the same way in this one, but this is a movie I want to watch again, though. There are some movies that I see. Yeah, there's some movies I watch. I'm like, I don't know if I ever need to watch that movie again. This is not one of those movies. This movie I want to see again, in the same way I want to see the Odyssey again. It was a really fun theater experience, a great movie for Sam to check out, her first MCU movie in the theater ever, which was
Let me
awesome.
ask you some non-spoiler questions to just guide the convo a little bit. These are the things I would want to know if I was at home. What did you think of Sadie Sink?
I thought she was really good. I'm not going to get into, there's so much I want to say. Like, there's so much I want to say, and I will in my spoiler review. But I thought,
as an actress, what did you think of her?
I think she's a star. I mean, like a major star. I mean, not like a movie star. She's an acting star. There's movie star, and then there's acting star. She's an acting star. I know exactly what you mean by that, which is hysterical because it's a funny phrasing. But. Yeah, it was just because there are some people like who just show up and they're like they're celebrities, they're movie stars.
Yeah.
Like and you want to take her co-star. I think that we've talked about this. Millie Bobby Brown, to me, she's talented, but she's going more towards the side of like movie star. Sadie Sink is
I think Millie Bobby Brown is so ungodly talented.
Super talented. I'm not taking away from her talent, but I'm saying there is decision that's made in careers. Are you trying to be a movie star or are you trying to be an actor? There's that thing. Like Christian Bale, he's an actor. Might be a big star, but he's a fucking actor. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And there's other people like Vin Diesel's a movie star, you know, and I'm their talents are completely different, but those are the first two that come in my mind. But anyway, I think that people, you just compare Millie Bobby Brown to Vin Diesel. No, not really. It's just the examples. But my point is, I think she's really good in it. I think that she adds a lot to it. I think that there's a good. What I liked about this movie is not only does it maneuver the character of Spider-Man and Peter Parker into a new realm that we needed him to go into, because and I mean I'm talking about maturity wise. I'm talking about like his the idea that we've seen him as a teenager, and then we know from the events of No Way Home where he's got to go and what he needs to do in order to be, you know, if you've seen No Way Home, this is not a spoiler. If you haven't seen No Way Home, it will be a spoiler. So it's up to you. This is a spoiler for No Way Home, not Brand New Day. At the end of No Way Home, he has to have his friends, his girlfriend, forget who he is. And he's got to now just be Spider-Man. And they go with that and they take that. And I was like, that's what they need to do. And it is like, you know, and I said in my Out of the Theater reaction, Rox, it almost made the first three movies. And I know it's like, well, of course that's what it is. It felt like those movies were prequels made for this movie.
Yeah, I hear you on that.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. Audience, most of them always amazing. Some of you guys like are so illiterate in the internet. It's crazy. People saying, I guarantee you that Roxy liked Supergirl better, and now Roxy has an issue with Sadie Sink. Like, I actually didn't say either of those.
She didn't say anything. She didn't. She was just asking me. But what I'm going to ask you as my friend today.
You know, I can stay out of there.
Please.
But you do it all the time, so I feel.
But it's my show.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So if I go on your channel and you look at your comments,
if you go on my channel, you wouldn't look at the comments.
No, if you ask me not to,
I'm just saying it's like hysterical to me that people just like make things up all the time. And it's
let's maneuver back to Sadie Sink. What did you think of Sadie Sink?
I really like the direction. I like what they do with her character a lot, and that got me like really jazzed. So yeah, I think that especially like there's, without giving any spoilers, Sadie is given some like very emotional beats.
Yes.
And that's where she annihilates. I mean, she can take an emotional beat and launch it to moon. So I think that I think that I think it's got to be very difficult coming into one of these movies when you're with Tom Holland and Zendaya.
Mm-hmm.
And totally. Forgive me, the actor that plays Ned, like it's like a family. And to come in and have to be like to do what she's doing. And I think that she like totally found her groove in it. So that was cool to see. Back to the Zendaya stuff. Mm-hmm. Actually, no, instead I want to ask you about the Punisher stuff.
Oh yeah.
Because everyone knows I hate Punisher so much. It's a joke. It's a sarcasm. Yeah. Did you like the amount that he was in the movie?
Yes. I thought that was perfect. I thought he was used well. I thought Banner was used well. I thought they used him. And again, I'm not spoiling this stuff that's in the trailer. I thought they were used real well, and I thought they again pieced it together well, like the rhythm of it, where they allowed Tom Holland and Peter Parker, Spider-Man, all to really marinate in what was going on with him and let this develop. You know, I really liked his relationship with the woman from The Bear.
I thought that was great too.
Love that relationship because it was different than normal.
Liza or something. She's the actress's name. She's so good in this.
Yeah,
I thought she was very endearing.
She was a good. There was so much I want to talk about in spoilers. I don't want to ruin stuff for people, but just certain things that her cadence, the way that she carries herself in it, the relationship that they have. There's a lot of different things, and I always can tell if I've really responded to a movie with how much I really remember it the next day. You know, like
how much you're thinking about it, or how much
how much I can recall from the movie.
Okay.
Right. And I can, and even talking about it with you, I I'm just remembering it because that just shows the engagement and how locked in I was.
I'm the same exact way, Kristian, on that. It's why I'm like still processing this movie.
Yeah.
You know, I walked out and immediately I was like, while I was sitting there, I was like, damn, that movie's fucking awesome.
It's really good.
But I know this sounds weird, but it is so fully loaded.
Yeah.
That this to me is like the least standalone of the movies. It's so because it couldn't be if you really think about it, you couldn't start here and you couldn't finish here.
Well, you couldn't. I think inside of the Spider-Man movies, I think you're right. I think inside of the Spider-Man movies, like you could watch this movie as I'm watching the Star Wars movies right now, right? I'm watching it with Sam, and we went in a very different order than anybody normally does, and bouncing back and forth in certain ways. And I wonder, as I said, that these movies kind of almost serve like a prequel to it. Like if you did watch this movie first, which I think would be a mistake, but if you did watch this movie first, would you be lost? No, I don't think you'd be lost, but I don't think you would have the emotional impact that you would need to feel some of the emotional moments with how much reference there is to the previous movies and the other things that happen. I think that
I definitely think you'd be lost if you had never seen a Spider-Man movie.
I don't think you'd be lost.
And not only would there not be emotional impact, but it doesn't when you are a fourth movie deep into a massive franchise like this that's also part of a bigger franchise.
Yeah.
You don't have the burden of having a beginning, middle, and end the same way.
That's I mean, you're not wrong. I'm just saying
and so I don't mind that this movie didn't do that. I think it's smart that they didn't. They catered to fans.
Yeah.
And I'm of all of the Marvel characters, I think everybody knows this. I've never disliked a Spider-Man movie. I even love Amazing Spider-Man 2.
You do.
I love
Spider-Man.
You do, yeah. I love Spider-Man. It's like one of my favorite characters of all time. I love every Spider-Man movie, including this one. Like I think that there were, and again, there was parts of this movie that I thought were the best that Spider-Man has ever been.
Totally. It was very, there was so many, like so many great Spider-Man moments. Like I felt like I was like just ripped out of the comic book. Like you could freeze frame it and you're like, oh yeah. And they did certain things on purpose. And even in the beginning, there was some kind of something similar to what they did with Fantastic Four and other things that they do. So I think Destin Daniel Cretton was an absolute perfect choice.
Perfect choice. Within like 5 seconds of the movie starting, that first song that it opens with, and the way that they like sequence things together in the beginning, I was like, yeah, like he's got it. I mean, he clearly has a grip.
Totally. Yeah. And they also do, and it's, here's the other thing that I saw. We just released it before we went live here today. Sam and I had just watched Masters of the Universe together. My second time, her first, before we went and saw this movie. And I like it even less than I did the first time. I like it even less. It got significantly worse watching it the second time. She thoroughly disliked it, right? So I bring that up because I was now a little soured on like I do with humor. Are they going to abuse the humor? And Spidey has always been sarcastic and funny and needs to be. It's part of his thing. Even when he's in the shits, he finds a way to kind of throw a couple jokes. Just who it is, his personality. I thought the humor in this was perfect. I thought when it was time to do it, it was relevant. The characters that needed to do it did it at the times that things were even the Punisher, certain things that he would do within his personality. The Punisher got a lot of laughs in my screening, and but not because he's like yucking it up and dances, because he hangs up the phone or does something. Sometimes it's like
my screening was silent.
Really?
Yeah.
My theater was alive.
My screening was silent.
Wow.
To the point where afterwards I was talking to somebody I don't want to give.
See with Bibiani or something?
He was there. Yeah, he was there. It was kind of wild. Like I was the loudest person in my screening by far. I multiple times like, ha! There was one point I was like, ooh, and and one moment where specifically with Zendaya's character where something happens and I was like,
yeah, it's a big moment.
And I was like extremely vocal during this movie. It was wild to me how completely silent my theater was. Like to the point where I was like, I think you guys all hated this. That's weird. Like
I saw. I mean, I think you had the same screening. Like Alonzo and Christy were in, and they loved it. I saw they were out of the theater reaction too, but maybe just everybody was locked in. But Sam,
there was 2 theaters, and they did this thing, Kristian, where they had us wait for 90 minutes before they let us in the theater. The
90 minutes.
90 minutes. The line was up the door, round the like up to where.
Wow.
Yeah, it was like really not a good scenario.
No, that sounds terrible.
And no popcorn, no drinks.
Just PLD, I'm not reading that. Just give me a summary. So
how is this doing online right now?
Well, let's get into that. Thanks. Good transition, Rox. Let's do it. So right now, the reviews are in. And like I said, there was the first reactions were what we were going to do initially, but why? The reviews are out now, so we'll do the reviews. So, following last night's reaction, the actual reviews for Sony's Pictures and Marvel Spider-Man Brand New Day have arrived, and as expected, they're slightly more mixed than the gushing out of the premiere, but still very strong. With 61 reviews counted, the film sits at 91% on Rotten Tomatoes. It's a big score, which is just above Raimi's original, which is 90, and the equal weakest of the Holland trilogy, 92, 91, and 93. It's just behind Raimi's second film, 93, and the Spider-Verse films, 97, 95, though well ahead of the two Garfield-led films, 71 and 50, and Raimi's third of 62. More telling is the average rating, 7 out of 10, 7.7 out of 10. Compare that to the Maguire film, 7.7, 8.6, 6.5. The Garfield films, prior Holland films. Over on Metacritic, the film sits at 70 out of 100. Compare that to the Maguire film, 73, 83, 59. The Garfield film, 66, 53. And the prior Holland film, 73, 69, 71. And the Spider-Verse films, 87 and 86. In other words, they are about on par with the previous Holland films on the first Raimi movie, though not quite in the league of the adored Spider-Verse films and second Raimi film. So, Alonzo Duralde. Cretton brings both indie cred and superhero chops to the assignment, but once again, it's Holland who makes the iteration of Peter Parker Spider-Man so achingly vulnerable and agile. Agreed with Alonzo. Tim Grierson, now alone and facing dangerous foes, Spider-Man must grow up, a rewarding transformation befitting a constantly smart, thrilling blockbuster. Same page. John Nugent, a more mature, emotionally, and distinctly ground-level Spider-Man Brand New Day doesn't escape some of the usual MCU pitfalls, but finds at its heart an earnest performance from Tom Holland. Let's see. Liz Shannon Miller, remarkably coherent, often joyful film dedicated to giving the characters some growth and grace. Let's see. We don't get many great MCU movies anymore. This is one of the highlights. The whole franchise feels amazing. Look at that. Bibiani loved it. And spectacular and sensational. Bibbs loved it. Holy moly. So there you go. I didn't realize I didn't have Roxy on the
So this is at an 89% currently on Rotten Tomatoes. And like you mentioned, Far From Home has a 91, No Way Home with a 93, and Homecoming with a 92. So this is at an 89. This is ranked the lowest in the franchise so far as reviews still come in. And I think an 89 is a dead-on perfect score for this. 89 to me is like, that's exactly how I felt about this movie. I would watch it 10 more times.
Yeah.
I love Spider-Man. There were scenes that I'm like, I can't wait to rewatch those moments. I love this franchise so much. Without rewatching it, I won't know, but it might rank last for me. But that's a low bar or high bar because there's not been one of these movies that I haven't walked out of and been like,
I gotta see it again because it's so different from the first three movies.
Yep, it's really different.
It's so different, and it's kind of why I love it is because it's so different. It is, when you look at the traditional Marvel type movies, especially the Marvel Spider-Man movies, even the ending and things like that, it's just it's so different, and I like the mix up to it. I still, I have my issues with Rotten Tomatoes. I still say, like, even the 88, 89, like, I don't see how anybody scores it a 2.5 or 2.8. I don't.
I agree with that. I agree with that.
That's what I'm saying, like, saying. So, but yeah, no, your score. If you just get flat out, saying if I'm going to rank out of 100 and 89 for me is where I rank this, that's more than fair, and I understand exactly what you're saying. But when you're piecing it all together from people who are just like, the reason someone's like, oh, it dropped down to 88 now. It's like, yeah, because somebody went 2.9. I don't see how you rank this at 2.9. I really don't. I don't. And that's also why I think that the Rotten Tomatoes score just doesn't it's a flawed system. I've always said that before.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, it would be wild to walk out of this movie and be like, I thought that movie was worse than it is good.
Right.
Because it's not. It's
Right.
it's super, super good. Like, yeah, and I can't wait to talk spoilers about it. I'm gonna put out a review later today to kind of get more of my thoughts, but I can't wait to get into spoilers on this because the stuff that I loved is all spoiler territory. There's
Same.
there's
There's a lot. There's
I
a lot.
love
Same.
that I can't talk about.
Yeah. There's one. Well, I don't know. Again, even there's. Well, this is the other thing that Marvel did. And what happened yesterday? I hate watching trailers past like the first first story trailer. I hate because that's when they start giving spoiler stuff. And there was the last Spider-Man trailer gave away some certain spoilers. There's a freaking scene that they do and they show like there's some Hulk stuff that they showed. I'm like, oh well, I know that's coming now, and that hasn't happened. And it's
even some of the jokes, like the Frank one that you see in the trailer where he's about to say something, and then
right, yeah, they give
like it didn't get a laugh in my theater because everyone
saw it. It was there's no reason to do that. I don't understand it because you're still going to get people into the theater, but nonetheless, the reviews are pretty solid. Again, if I'm Marvel and my movie, which we'll get into in a second, or Sony as well, is projecting to do the numbers that it's projecting to do, even this thing lands at 80%, I'm more than happy.
I'm stoked. Yeah. All right. Let me ask you this and it's going to be difficult for you to answer without spoilers.
Sure.
Do you think it was important for this to come out before Doomsday, and or how relevant do you think this is to seeing Doomsday?
That is a little spoiler-ish, but I do think you remember initially, and maybe this is why you asked the question, but initially Doomsday was supposed to come out first.
Right. That's why I'm asking.
Right. Okay. So they
did you see this and say, oh, I understand?
No, not necessarily. But this is also the shitty, lazy answer. I haven't seen Doomsday yet, so I don't know how relevant.
Right.
You know what I mean? So it's like, but I think there's certain things that they maneuver that is maybe the building blocks. I thought that this movie, maybe going back to your earlier point about how you might, if you don't see any Marvel movies, you won't really know what's going on. But I think that this was really the first movie that starts to build what the future of Marvel really is going to look like. All these other movies that they've had since Endgame haven't done it. Maybe you can make an argument for Deadpool and Wolverine with certain things that are going to be happening and certain things that went down. Maybe you can make that argument. But this is the first one to me that really designs the future of what MCU is going to start doing.
Without spoilers, would this make you want to see a Spider-Man 5?
Yeah, 100%. If Tom Holland still wants to do it, and these other people want to do it, and everyone else wants to, they can find a way to make it make sense. Yes.
You know, so the person that I went with is deep embedded in pop culture and is a diehard Zendaya fan. And I will not confirm nor deny that any of this happened, but it was so interesting to go with her because she was like, okay, so the thing about Zendaya is that she is a method dresser. And on the carpets, La Roche, who dresses Zendaya, dresses her method for each movie. And she wore black to every premiere. But in China, she wore white, which signifies there's going to be a major death in the movie. And because she's a method dresser, that would mean that one of the top 5 characters in this movie has to die. This is all before the movie started, has to die in this movie. So who do you think it's going to be? And I was like, there is such another side of the internet that I'm not.
No clue. Of course.
And that's what she was like so excited to talk about.
Okay, makes sense.
That's cool. I was like, that's I'm talking about my friend Jess, the reporter, Jess Lucero, who is like a huge pop culture girl. She's like, really, really, she has a podcast. She's diehard into the TikTok and the whole world. And I was like, this is so fascinating to me that like the things that we've been conspiracy theorying on are who is Sadie Sink,
right.
You know, and she's like the white signify in China that means, and I was like, this is incredible knowledge for me to have no idea what you're talking about. But afterwards, I went online.
Spoilers. Just go watch the movie. PLZ's like, was she right? Get out of here. Go watch the movie.
Yeah, I'm obviously not going to share whether she was right or wrong, but that's what she was interested in going in, which does mean the movie is doing a decent job. Like, casting Zendaya is one of the smartest things that the MCU or that Sony did. Who did cast Zendaya?
Sony.
It would be Sony, that they did, because like it brings in, and same thing with bringing in Sadie Sink. It's a different side of pop culture that people care about.
You know what's funny? Speaking of Sadie Sink, and then who is the brilliant actor that's in Severance, that's in this movie?
Oh, Tramell Tillman.
So Tramell Tillman is in this movie. Sadie Sink is in this movie. And I would say there are times that, and not necessarily with them, but there's times that I felt that this movie felt like Severance and felt like Stranger Things in a certain aspect. There were times that when
Stranger Things I could see.
And when, and again, with spoilers, I can go more Severance. But anyway, so that's about as far as I really want to go with this, because I don't want to go too far, because I don't want to dive into potentially spoil the movie for people. But we'll be doing a spoiler review for it. But we're not done with Spider-Man just yet, because now, yesterday, as I mentioned, Roxy, I said that I thought that the movie could make about 500 to 550 opening weekend worldwide. There was one guy who said, "You're crazy. There's no way with the Odyssey still in theaters. How could you even think that?" Well, somebody thinks it's going to make 800 million for the opening weekend. Tracking numbers for Sony Pictures and Marvel's Spider-Man Brand New Day just keep climbing higher and higher in the days before release. The global box office reports that industry tracking figures project that the film will pull in a massive global opening weekend of around 800, with over 300 million from domestic. That's far higher than the trade's estimate, which has suggested a domestic opening weekend ranging from 190 to 250, the higher end of that being in line with the previous entry. If the 800 million worldwide debut figures hold, the film would claim the second biggest worldwide debut in history, behind only Avengers Endgame with 1.2 billion. That's crazy. That's what Endgame did opening weekend. That's nuts. Anyway, they also say that the film's pre-sales have surpassed 60 million in domestic and 120 worldwide. The title is drawing the best pre-sales for any movie this decade in both the UK and Australia. How high the film can go will depend on how many showtimes the exhibitors can squeeze in. In addition, the recent Avengers Doomsday trailer will be attached to the film. Which one? Not the one they showed at Comic-Con. I would assume the one we've all seen. It's expected Doomsday in December will have a trailer for Sony's Spider-Man Beyond the Spider-Verse. Interesting. Roxy, what do you think of that number? That's a mega number.
You and I both, as opposed to Mike last week, said that we thought that Doomsday was going to pull in more money than Spider-Man.
Yeah.
I
know. It's like I still think so.
I still think so too. However, it's going to give it a run for its money.
It's going to give it a run. But it could also help. It could also help.
Of course. Of course. I just think we go through the same cycles of conversation. You and I have been doing this long enough to know it's the same cycles of conversation over and over and again that always come out to be no, movies can still make money. Like, is there superhero fatigue? Does nobody want superhero movies anymore? Is nobody going to the theater anymore? Is the $1 billion movie over? Like, we will have the same articles and the same conversations pop up. And then it's things like this that are like, no, actually, if people want to see a movie, they'll go see it.
And well, Mike, I can already hear Mike screaming from Universal right now. He's like, well, Roxy, hold on, Roxy. This is Spider-Man, though. Spider-Man is different. Spider-Man's different, which I don't disagree with him, because I know that's what he's saying. Spider-Man is a very powerful IP when done well. Shit.
Isn't Batman different? Isn't Superman different?
I think Batman and Spider-Man are more powerful than Superman. Way more powerful as far as
but Batman didn't pull the numbers at this.
No, not to this extent, because what Spider-Man is, to me, the most powerful when it comes to box office, because more kid friendly for sure, more colorful, And Batman, though, I mean, shit. Even look at the I mean, what did the Pattinson movie make? Peeled the 800 million, something close.
I'm not saying it didn't do gangbusters.
No, I know.
Yeah.
No, I'm with you. I'm agreeing with you. But I'm saying that when it comes to Spider-Man is just such a powerful thing, and even Spider-Man 3, which I think did very, very well because people were just wanting to see. It didn't do very well, PLE, or it did?
772 million worldwide
back in 2007. So that just shows you.
Didn't Spider-Man you say 800 and PLD was like
no 800 800 was for Batman.
I was checking my camera because I was pushing.
Oh, okay. Yeah, 800 was for Batman, and then the other one was I mean, shit, even the movie that you love, that everyone that got a 52%, The Amazing Spider-Man 2, that movie made like 700-800 million dollars, right? So the movie, if when done well, Spider-Man is just, I mean, look at Brand New Day was huge. Or not huge, sorry. No Way Home was huge. And now this one is probably going to be the biggest as far as the money, because if the last one was good and people are excited about the next one, and people want another Marvel movie to be good again, and that's what it looks like we're getting here.
And perfect release timing, perfect moment for this to come out. Yeah. I think it's gonna. I mean, you'd have to be a fool to not think this movie is gonna break the bank. I mean, it's gonna do gangbusters.
You know, and there's a very valid question too. It will be the #1 movie for the year leading into Doomsday. So that will be the question. There's going to be no one else that's going to compete with it, because eventually the Odyssey will hit. I think it's, it's still, if I was going back and forth, Roka still thinks it's got a shot to do 2 billion. Winston was saying the same thing. I was
How's it doing right now? I haven't been checking.
It's crushing. I mean, the second weekend it had a 29% drop off, but Spider-Man wasn't in the theaters yet, is what I told Winston on the texting yesterday, is that I think Odyssey taps out at around 1.2 to 1.4.
Roka and Winston were on the same show?
No. Roka was on the show yesterday. And then I was just texting with Winston, but we were going back and forth about the box office. And I think 1.2, 1.4, because now Spider-Man will be, granted, IMAX is still going to be taken. Odyssey's still going to do well, but not the kind, it's going to have a significantly bigger drop off in week 3 than it did in week 2 because of Spider-Man. And Spider-Man is just going to dominate for a bit. And I think Spider-Man could very well do $2 billion. Spider-Man could. I'm still sticking with 1.7, but 2 billion is on the table. It's on. If this thing does $800 million opening weekend, 2 billion's on the table. There's no doubt about it.
Yeah, of course.
They're saying it's projected to do, what's projected to do 1.5? Odyssey or Spider-Man? Someone said it's projected to do 1.5. If Spider-Man, there's no way Spider-Man is projected to do 1.5 right now. It's got to be higher with an $800 million prediction in week 1. The Odyssey is predicted to do 1.5. I think that's fair. 1.3 to 1.5. I could see that for sure.
What movie do you prefer, Spider-Man Brand New Day or Odyssey?
Oh, I think Odyssey's the better made film for sure.
I didn't ask you that.
I know. It's just I got to see them both again, but it's so different. They're so different.
But Odyssey will definitely make your top 10 list at the end of the year. Will Brand New Day?
Yeah, I think right now it would. But Odyssey's probably the movie I like. I think is the better movie. It just, it's just they're so radically. I think that, and we won't agree on this. Maybe we will. I think Tom Holland's performance in this is drastically better than Odyssey.
I think he's so good in Odyssey.
Yeah, I thought he was
I know listen, a lot of the Barstool people also didn't think he was great in Odyssey. Like, there's a lot of the internet thinks that he wasn't great in Odyssey. I loved him in this. I think he's incredible in this. But yeah, it was really nice to see him in Odyssey. I thought it was just really dialed in and toned back.
Yeah, I think so too. I think he was.
No, you don't think so.
No, I do. I think so too, that it was nice that he took that shot of trying to scale a little bit. I don't dislike his performance. I just think that he was when you compare it to certain people, he was the weaker, but he clearly carries and just does so much in this movie emotionally that it was nice to see, because he's been a kid for Spider-Man. And it's nice to we've got the adult version of Garfield. We've got the adult version of Tobey's Spider-Man, and this is the first one where he's the grounded kind of just friendly neighborhood Spider-Man, but then he gets caught up in this other kind of big Marvel thing, which was cool. Anyway, it's a lot of Spidey talk, and we'll probably talk a lot more. We'll do spoiler stuff and other things. We're definitely going to do a spoiler review with myself and Sam, and then on Monday I'll probably do a full-on spoiler discussion with Roka on the show as well too. But before we do anything else, I want to tell you guys about our good friends over at Freecash, and then we'll be right back. All right, I'm going to be honest with everybody right now. I don't really think that I can say, yeah, I've cut my screen time down. I haven't, but I definitely have found a much better way to spend it. I've been using Freecash, where I've told you guys about this before in the past. It's where you can earn rewards by playing mobile games, completing offers, or answering surveys, and the rewards can be cashed out for real money, which is awesome. It's free to join, and there aren't any hidden fees. On the first day that I did it, I earned around, I think it was $5 or $10, which was pretty cool. And from what I've seen, there are people who do it like regularly, and they can make anywhere from like $30 to $100 a month, which is awesome. It's definitely not something that's going to replace a full-time like income, but it's a pretty cool way to make some extra money in your spare time. Freecash has built a solid reputation too, with more than 260,000 Trustpilot reviews and an average rating of 4.8 stars. It's also currently the #1 app in the UK App Store and #2 in both US and Germany. So far, they've paid out more than $250 million to users. It's pretty great. Cool part is getting your money out. It's pretty straightforward. Your first cash out has a $25 minimum, but after that, there's no minimum withdrawal. So you can choose PayPal, crypto, or a range of gift cards. So if you want to give it a try, use the link or scan the QR code that's in my description. New users can unlock a $10 bonus after completing their first offer. Just make sure that the app tracking is enabled. I'll share how it's going after I'm using it for a few more weeks here. So thank you for being here. Check it out. Really appreciate it. Freecash. This is hilarious. Send your film. Anyway. So, thank you to Freecash. Really appreciate it. I hope you guys check it out. And it helps out the show tremendously, but then you can get yourself something wonderful. Roxinator, back in charge.
There's 1,000 people watching live.
Yeah, I know. We've been doing good this week. So, without Mike, and I'll tell you the other thing that's going to happen is Roka did me a solid yesterday. Like I said, we had to film. I filmed a reaction of Masters of the Universe with Sam yesterday, and then I did Can't Be a Show yesterday. So I had to do the show early yesterday. So God bless Roki, wasn't feeling good, yeah, and he came in. Was it like 7 o'clock his time and did it? So wasn't we still had a good amount of people watching. But I think you got a shot to win today, and it would be hilarious if you won when the day Mike's not here.
I can't believe that we hit second place again last week.
I know. So
yeah, I hate the new system. I hate it. I think it's atrocious.
Well, it's the most fair. So either way, Roka right now did good yesterday, but I think that now we're going to I'm working on right now. I got to see. I didn't get a response yet, but it's a good possibility that I might bring on the guy who's running our Kickstarter campaign and introduce him to the audience tomorrow.
Nice.
There's a good. I just have to see if I asked him. I'm just waiting to hear back from him. But that's it. My favorite. I hate the new system too. What the hell do you care? You're not getting a fucking cut of it
because he believes in human rights. Yeah, that is funny.
What the hell do you care? Because Roxy's allowed to say that. You can't say that.
I don't like the way you guys at home are getting paid at work. I'm not.
I don't like the way you manage your business, because I look at all your. I know how you have to like manage your business. I don't like that you do it that way. Get out of here.
That's funny as hell.
Anyway.
Wait, what was it? Oh, the Kickstarter.
Yeah.
So what's going on? What's the update?
Well, he just got back from Comic-Con. We're getting on a call with the director and somebody else today, one of the producers, and we're going to go over the just some of the stretch goals and other things to make sure that we have everything ready to go. We're waiting to see what I think he's submitted to Kickstarter, waiting to see if Kickstarter they're going to approve us, and then we're going to do the pre-campaign starts in the month of August, and then trying to launch by September 1st or 2nd.
Damn.
So that's it. All right. So that being said, let's get Roxy the win here today. Let's see if she can do it. Let's see. Now, we were talking about Spider-Man, and then you brought up Avengers. And one of the things, though, that people kept asking about was how much the Avengers Doomsday would really have to make in order to make a profit, because with all these actors and everybody in this damn movie, like how much is this movie going to cost? And there was rumors of how much it was going to cost. There's a new report that says it costs like less than Endgame. So
I'm so confused with how much movies like the lack of transparency behind budgets. Like,
I know it's true.
It is so hard for us to get an accurate budget on a movie these days. And everybody in the comments, not these comments, but like Reddit, wherever, is always like, what do you mean? It was this much. It was this much. And it's like, I don't think any of us fucking know anything.
No, not really at all. But we won't know anything else. But there's this report here that maybe we know a little. I don't know. Check this out. That's Mike and Roxy. Hold on a second. It's weird. That's better. All right. Robert Downey Jr.'s pay for Avengers Doomsday has been revealed, along with his MCU future. So this is a big story, to be honest with you, but more so on the future side of it. But Robert Downey Jr.'s massive payday for the next Avengers movies has been released, and has the combined budget of both. We also have new insight into the actor's future post Secret Wars. Marvel Studios brought the main cast of Doomsday to this past San Diego Comic-Con, but there is one actor who earned more than most of them, or all of them, rather. We are, of course, talking about Robert Downey Jr. He earned at least $500 million for his roles in the 4 Avengers movies, the Iron Man trilogy, Captain America Civil War, Spider-Man Homecoming. That was as Tony Stark. And convincing the Oscar winner to play Doom didn't come cheap. According to Page 6, Downey will make $100 million for his work in Avengers Doomsday and Avengers Secret Wars. So $100 million total, so $50 million each? Is that what that is, or is it 100 each? Doesn't really say there, right, Rox? Am I wrong?
I'm looking at it too.
It says, according to Page 6, Downey's going to make a whopping $100 million for his work in Avengers Doomsday and Secret Wars. So that's essentially $50 million.
I thought we had heard that he was making 80 total. So it makes sense.
Makes
to be 100 total.
Okay, so let's say 50 each. And Chris Evans and Chris Hemsworth have also done well, making a reported $40 million each for the 2 movies. So they're like $20 million behind Downey on that one. That's at least $180 million for 3 actors for 2 movies, right? So, however, the site says Doomsday and Secret Wars combined budget is surprisingly reasonable, $600 million, which is cheaper than Infinity War and Endgame. Those are reported to have cost up to $800 million in total. So here's where things get really interesting. The site notes, one source says that Downey's colossal payday covers something more than just the 2 films, perhaps a cameo in another film, another Marvel offering. Does this confirm that Downey is sticking around after the multiverse saga? If so, he could reprise his role as a resurrected Tony, or perhaps continue playing Doom. In the comics, he became a hero after Secret Wars, suiting up as the infamous Iron Man. That would be an interesting direction to head in, as would revisiting Victor Von Doom in the context of a Fantastic Four movie. Ultimately, the something more could refer to a producing deal, an unrelated project with Disney, or marketing appearances. We'll have to wait and see. Okay, let's see. So is that it there? Yeah, that's pretty much it. So yeah, look, what's interesting, Rox, is the idea that this movie that is going to be less than Infinity War and Endgame, considering it's not. You look at those 3 price tags right there, where they're almost at $200 million right there. There's like 8,000 different chairs of actors that are in this movie. They could barely fit everybody up on stage. Like,
people have been theorizing that a lot of those are cameos, and maybe that's accurate. Maybe they're paying people to come in for one day. Maybe they're paying people to come in for 2
look
days.
at the X-Men. The X-Men have a pretty big thing. Now the question is, like, how much of their deal was attached to other things, and they're not going to have to pay James Marsden, Chris Hemsworth, and Chris Evans money. Not that James Marsden isn't an established actor, but he's going to want to be in this movie in a different way. You're not going to have to convince him to be in this movie.
Yeah, I think that also, like, say that some people are signed on to 3 picture deals and then they renegotiate contracts, and then this counts as one of those pictures, so they want to get to that quicker and then they can make more money. There's like all different probably back end stuff going on as well. There are so many chairs. But also I think people probably would take somewhat cuts for things like this, because otherwise they're like, otherwise your character won't be in it. And we just don't know the future direction without your character being in this, but that's okay.
Well, that's the whole point, right? Because they could have, like, there are certain key characters that are going to get the money because you really can't do it without them, right? It's great to have James Marsden in this movie. You don't need him to do this movie.
Right.
Did you necessarily need Downey to play Doom? No, but you needed him to get Chris Evans back, apparently. You needed him to get the pieces and the team back together again, because Evans said as much on the stage. He's like, "Well, I heard Downey was talking." I was like, "All right, let me see what's happening," because he didn't want to do it, and then he did, and so Downey really kind of got people back on board. So if it turns out that he should at this point get producer credits and other things too. Doesn't necessarily mean he has to have creative input, but give him producer credits, give him points. You should. One of the things, I don't think anybody's going to say that, even though you might not agree and love the fact that he's playing Doom, right? People are still going to want to see Downey. What are you going to do? And he's clearly, what we said up top when he was announced, is that he can't be wearing the sneakers and the sunglasses and looking like Tony Stark. Well, he doesn't sound like Tony Stark.
No.
So that's one thing. It sounds like Werner. We talked about in Campy Show, Werner Herzog. I always say it wrong, but Werner Herzog, and he's doing this accent. He's trying to make himself significantly different than Tony Stark, which is what you needed to do. So he's getting butts and seats.
Yeah, I agree with that. And not only is he getting butts and seats, but love it or hate the decision, it has been something we've been talking about for 1 year now.
Oh yeah, right. Or two, no? 2.
Was it 2 that?
Yeah, they were in that Comic-Con last year.
Oh wow.
It's been 2 years.
I mean, we talk about it almost every week.
Yeah.
For years.
Yeah, for 2 years, because last year was Fantastic Four, and that was the first kind of appearance you had of him.
Marvel does find ways to keep the conversation about them all the time.
Yeah.
They do.
And
that helps with that.
It is. And I think, look, the people don't understand. This is what when I had conversations on this show about that, some people didn't think it was going to make $1 billion, and other people weren't excited about it. I was like, people were like, "Oh, I have no hype. There's no hype for me, and I don't think Downey should be doing it. I have no hype on this movie." I'm like, they haven't started marketing it yet.
Yeah.
You start marketing, and for those same people, guarantee that whether they went to Comic-Con and saw anything or whatever it is, they're going to be there waiting to get excited again when this comes out. And people, even if you are like, I don't know, I haven't really been as into Marvel, the Avengers is going to get people in the theater. It's going to be an event. And that's what gets people in the theaters, is an event movie. And Spider-Man clearly is an event movie. Odyssey clearly was an event movie. This is going to be an event movie in December. What was our last big, huge December event movie? It wasn't Avatar. It wasn't the last Avatar.
Oh.
It was the last one. Didn't turn. I mean, that movie still made. Movie still made $1.2 billion.
I would call that an event movie.
I think so too. Even though it just seemed like it just turned out to be disappointing as compared to the other ones. But and I like that movie, but it kind of came and went.
Definitely did. Yeah.
Yeah, people were just kind of over it. So I guess Avatar would count. I think you're right, Rox. But it's not. There's a different energy about
for
this
sure.
one. Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah.
Would you call Dune an event movie?
100%. The third one will be because 1 and 2 has it's for most people. Some people find it dull. I am not one of those people. I don't believe you are one of those people. Right?
Yeah.
Yeah. But Mike and Chris Carr are 2 of those people, right? But that doesn't mean that most people are going to be, and Mike's probably going to go see it in the theater anyway. I bet you Mike goes and sees it anyway. Out of those movies, Dune will be the one that you're going to hear about at Oscar season for sure, Dune 3. But I still think it was a major, major mistake to go up against Doomsday for them.
We'll see.
We'll see. Anyway, let's see if we can go. We have one more thing we can discuss. And
what is it, Kristian?
Well, Roxy, no TV today. So let people know. No TV.
No, today. I could tell you about a couple of things, but
what do you got? What are you watching?
I've still been watching Silo. Still a little bit underwhelmed with this season because of what they're doing. I think it's so bizarre. Really liking that show, Lucky, that Apple show that I told you guys to watch. Ultimata, the Nick Lachey, Vanessa Lachey, Netflix Love or Ultimate Marry or Leave the Altar, whatever it's called. Gosh, every relationship on there is so messed up and toxic. But if you're looking for that kind of show, it's really good. I'm loving House of the Dragon.
Yeah. Did you watch Sundays?
Yeah, of course.
There's so much spoiler stuff I want to talk to you. Can we do? You know what I want to do? We're gonna do a spoiler for House of the Dragon. I'm gonna put up a thing, so if people haven't seen it. So I'll make sure that people know. Do we still have our spoiler thing? Or don't get rid of that. Who got rid of that? Don't get rid of the spoiler logo. Someone delete the spoiler logo.
Oh my god.
There
you go.
All right, spoiler thing. All right, so we're doing a spoiler. We're doing a spoiler thing. So this is a spoiler. If you haven't watched House of the Dragon, I'm giving you time to either mute it or bail and come back. I don't want to hear about it. Okay. I thought of you immediately in that opening scene.
Why?
You loved Sir Kristen. I thought you thought he was you're a fan, not maybe necessarily of him, but of his looks.
Who are you thinking of?
You liked Sir Kristen. I'll go back and watch old videos. You liked him.
I mean, he's the worst ever.
Oh, he is the worst ever. But I thought you thought he was was sexy, didn't you? Never.
He's definitely a hot guy.
Maybe he just lost you over the seasons.
I don't remember ever. I've got my people that I like.
Yeah.
Crush on hard. He's
not him. Okay.
No,
I was wrong.
No.
Well, what the hell do I know? Okay. No. All right. Well, so what did you think about that moment? Were you shocked?
It did kind of catch me by surprise. I mean, I guess I shouldn't have been super surprised, but yeah, it did kind of catch me by surprise. What about you?
Definitely. Sam and I have been waiting for him to go out. And when they did it like that, it was pretty
he went out like a little bitch, and he is a little bitch.
Yeah, rightfully so.
Yeah.
A lot of stuff going on in that show that I'm just so like, I think by the time I get off this, I'll have episode 7. I'm going to watch that today.
Oh, damn.
Pumped. Anyway, so let's
their Game of Thrones franchise is doing such a great job.
Agreed. It's so funny. Do you want to like this? I brought this up the other day. So Bonnie was texting me back and forth. She was asking me about like how the Odyssey was. And I said, I always tell Bonnie, you can literally just look at the out of the theater reaction if you want. But she should never. I don't think she's tuned into anything I've ever done. So she goes, I said, what do you think of it? I said, it was a masterpiece, one of the greatest movies I've seen in a long time. And she goes, oh, because you normally don't like movies like that. I'm like, what? I said, that's not your kind of style of movie. No, she's like, you don't you never watched Game of Thrones, you've never seen this.
She said about you?
Yeah. And I said, oh, you just texted Kristian Harloff. Do you know that? And she's like, oh, you like that stuff? I'm like, have you ever seen House of the Dragon? I'm like, oh my God. I just stopped.
Wait, what does she think you do?
I have no idea. I don't know. I have no idea. Anyway, let's take that spoiler thing off if I can.
That is so weird.
I know. I don't know where it is. Peely, I don't know where this. You can't hear me, so I don't know where the spoiler thing is. So it's just gonna go. He's just gonna have no idea. Tell him in the chat that the spoiler discussion's over because I don't know where the fuck this thing is. Anyway, there you go. Perfect. All right, what else you got, Rox?
It was probably the Ender Banners. That's it. That's pretty much all that I'm watching right now.
Well, there you go. Okay.
Yeah, looking for some recs. I want to start that Will Ferrell golf show. Is anybody watching it? Is it any good?
Oh, I'm not sure. All I saw was that Mark Ellis interviewed him on the golf course.
Yeah, so did Brad Gilmore.
Oh, nice. Okay, let's do this. Let's get to the questions because you've got 44. You got to try to take out Roca. And let's say someone said, same guy who's arguing. It's like I should have a meeting with this guy, like about how I'm running this. And it's like, wow,
why isn't he your producer?
I don't know. Yeah, if somebody puts in like, a big chat, that's and Roxy's engaging for the whole time. How is that fair? It's like, because the person put in the chat because they're supporting that particular person. And if if Roxy's on for 20 minutes and someone puts in a big donation because she's on the show, and that big donation is to get her to that win, then she's earned because they put it in because for her.
Wait, I don't get the point.
For him?
Yeah, I'm missing the point.
Yeah, I don't know what his point is.
Oh.
Yeah, I don't know. So
everybody knows I don't like it because it's hard to track. And you know me, I like to be like, this is what we're trying to get to.
Well, you mean it's hard to track for you. You don't like you're just kind of left in the blue until
right. Like I can't ask the audience like if we get this much more, like I just just
you're
like
helpless.
Up to fate. Yeah.
You're helpless. Yeah, until I 100%. But let's start with this. And we go with Carrie Cooper. Have a splendiferous day today. Thank you, Zachary.
Have a what?
Zacarius day. A splendiferous day. Sorry.
Of course.
Jertnam became a member. We had a really fun live stream. It was a good live stream the other day, wasn't it? Peel Day. It was a good one. It was a longer one, but it was good. It was like an hour and a half.
Oh, good for you.
It was good. We had a good time. Noah Lawson, have you considered showing Sam the criminally underrated 2D Clone Wars micro series? You can watch it all in just 2 hours. It'd be less of a hassle than through 7 seasons of Filoni's baloney. Is there what is it? 2D Clone Wars micro? Is that just where it like condenses it all into one thing?
No, you're talking about the Tartakovsky one, the ones that are from like 2003.
Nah, it's not canon. That stuff. It's really good, but I don't know how she's going to do as far as how that works. We are going to watch. It's a show. What I've discovered, and rightfully so, is that the audience that's watching the reactions, and I'm sure you experience this on the Real Rejects as well, Roxy, but the audience that's watching the reactions doesn't necessarily mean it's the same audience that's watching the live shows. Because because I have gotten I've talked about it on the live show maybe every day that Sam and I are doing the Obi-Wan Kai Patterson cut, which we reacted to that comes out on Friday, and it's like
I don't know what that means.
It's essentially this guy just took the Obi-Wan series and condensed it into a 2.5-hour movie.
Oh.
And we watched it's significantly better than the show. And we watched that, and we're doing reaction to that, but it's still getting into the
Where is it stream on YouTube?
You have to download it from his website. And he did the same thing for Ahsoka, which I might do as well.
And the person's name is Kai Patterson.
Kai Patterson, Kai Patterson.
And he's an editor.
He's an editor. He's a really solid editor. Really, really, really good. So either way, we mentioned that on this live show many times. The amount of people yesterday on Revenge of the Sith, when we released that reaction, were like, "Oh, I can't believe you're not showing our Obi-Wan." And I was like, "Yeah, people are just." I told everybody, you should come and check out the live show too. We're trying to convert people over from there to come check that out as well. Noah, thank you, Noah. Ron H, I bet you Roca is holding on to his Luchador mask ad so he can use it to boost his numbers. If he does try to pull that move, PLD needs to start playing the tackle video on loop. PLD puts in new Roca videos on the damn thing that I have to delete every damn day because it takes up space. But he puts like these 8-minute freaking videos up, these super edits that he's spending. The guy tells me he doesn't have enough time to do certain things with guests. And look, the next thing I know, he's doing Kai Patterson cuts of Roca's commercials. So, you want to explain yourself on that one? No, now his little bubble doesn't come in. There it is. Right. You can't hear me now. Get the fuck out of here. All right. So, Ron H. Sorry I wasn't in on Monday. Got hit with a gout attack. Oh, my goodness. It hurts like hell. Could barely even sleep. Then, to top things off, bank cards weren't working again. Still, it kept me from helping Roca. So, yeah, and it was funny because even I saw Derek Johnson go, I missed the live show. And everyone was like, oh, Roca would have won. But, okay, let's see. Next one. Ron H. Lanterns looking hot in brightest day and darkest night. Boy, wonder if DCU will look into the other Lantern Corps, Yellow, Fear, or Red Rage. You know what's funny about that is, I mentioned I was on campus yesterday, and I guess it was Screen Rant who had said that on the panel for Lanterns, they announced that they were going to drop all of the Lanterns in one drop. And I said, that's terrible. But apparently Screen Rant was wrong.
Oh.
They're doing it week to week. Yeah.
I don't believe in this binge model anymore.
I hate it.
For almost anything. Like,
yeah, same.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It really hurt the bear.
Yeah. Yeah. You know,
every season I feel like nobody kept talking about it because
one drop. I don't know why they did that for that. I don't know for that particular
season.
show. Oh, Ron H. I want to advocate for a Sam reaction for Enter the Dragon. I'm sure she's seen it. I'm sure she's seen that. Bruce Lee, baby, it still holds up. The battle with the guards is magnificent. You're probably going to get I mean, I just wish. How's Steph doing? I need to reach out to Steph. How's she doing?
She's doing well.
I'm going to reach out to her today.
Have you spoken to her?
I mean, when the baby was born.
Yeah.
I kind of leave people alone because I know it so well, the baby world that they're in for a little bit. But I think we're getting out of that stretch of the.
It's been like 6 weeks, so yeah.
Right. So I'm going to reach out to her because it just was one of the. It's like you're just in a different world when it comes to when that happens up top. So I was like, okay, but anyway, you bring her up because I think she'd be great to watch that. Jacob Tizano, you should reach out and see if Markiplier would do an interview. He's a really down to earth guy. Could talk about both your projects being made. I couldn't agree more. Tell him to not say no next time we ask.
Oh, did you ask?
Yeah. I don't think it was him though. I think it was probably his people.
Always.
Yeah, I don't think he's tweet. You know what, Jacob, go and tweet at him. That's the way that has worked more than anything else. Publicists, the worst. Honestly, I shouldn't say all. There's tons of publicists that are actually super helpful and have been helpful to us. But when it comes to certain publicists that don't know who you are and want to be like gatekeepers and stuff too, like he doesn't need to do your show. You go straight to the source. So go ahead and tweet. Because I'm actually working with a publicist that's trying to get us some pretty solid guests kind of moving forward. I'm just a little over the gatekeeping side of it. Did you watch my interview with Penny? Roxy?
No,
not yet. You're waiting for me. It was great.
Good.
It was great. Yeah, she was awesome. Ron H. Hating the fact that a bunch of my top films of the year were in and out in weeks. Tuner, heard that was good. Stop That Train. Gail Darcher, you love that movie. All came and went so quickly they didn't have a chance to be seen. It's because they're like streaming movies, Ron. Those all seem like streaming movies.
The number one movie that I want to see that I have not gotten a chance to see is The Invite.
Oh yeah, that's going to be out pretty soon.
I want to see that so bad.
I want to see it too. I heard it was amazing. And I want to see that. I think I'll probably do a reaction to that one also. I might do a reaction with that one with Sadie. Mike Joyce. I think Ron H is one of the aliens from that movie. Which movie? Oh, this one. Mike Joyce says, ever seen Earth Girls Are Easy? Yes, I have seen it. I expected a silly Jim Carrey movie and was completely blown away by it. Such a fun, colorful, original 80s movie.
Never heard of it.
Oh, really? Downtown Julie Brown, Damon Wayans. Yeah, I know it pretty well. But yeah, Jim Carrey wasn't Jim Carrey yet at that point. Okay. Lester Crest. Zack Snyder should have directed this Spider-Man movie. # restore the GD Snyderverse. Well, I don't know. I don't know if that's going to happen. Roxy glowing today, says Go Pal.
Whoa, thanks, Go Pal.
John, DX Dragon. Kristian, Sam is by far very likely your best member on the channel. Hey, what about Roxy? Roxy's pretty great too. Her reactions are genuine and her energy is infectious. She makes great points. Please bring her on more and pass along the message. I will.
I love Sam. I'll never be mad at comments like that.
No, Sam's great. And she's just, it's crazy to experience all this stuff with her too. And the only thing that I had second guessed myself with at one point, because people were like, oh, you shouldn't have started with Andor leading into Rogue One. And I'm like, yes, I should. I know my friend well enough. And I know exactly. She would have been, if I would have said, you should start with 1, 2, and 3. You're going to do it that way. She would have jumped out the window. She hated one so much that she would have jumped out the window. But we did it this way where we went and she learned about the Empire. She learned everything. We went from there into Rogue One and then into episode 4. She was so invested by the time we got to 4 that by the time we got to 5, she was like, oh my God, let me show Jedi. So jumping back to 1, 2, and 3, I would really enjoy that I did that. She didn't like 1, she loved 2, and she loved 3.
You remember those commercials? There's more than one way to eat a Reese's.
Yeah, more one way to watch Star Wars, right?
Well, just like kind of who cares?
I know, but but the one thing which people said, and I think in a way that was like fair. They're like, well, are you concerned that by showing her Sith first, you're going to ruin the reveal in Return of the Jedi about the brother and sister stuff? And I said, maybe. After seeing that, but PLD, how great was that reaction from Sam right?
That was the best. Absolute best.
Ever. The second she goes, can you clip that out actually? Can you clip that out? Clip out when she finds out that Leia is the sister and she loses. I was like, I don't think we would have gotten that reaction, the same reaction in Jedi that way. And it's gonna mean so much more. She is mad at me today, Rox, because we're gonna watch Supergirl today. And she's like, why are we watching Supergirl? I want to watch Return of the Jedi. I'm like, because Supergirl is more relevant right now, and then we'll get to Return of the Jedi.
Do you think she's gonna like it?
I don't think she'll hate it like everybody else did. I think she'll be like, okay, that's good. Let's watch Return of the Jedi. I don't think she's gonna care about it. I just, the movie itself to me, and I know we're in different pages here. I don't think it's as terrible as everyone says. So I think it's just a forgettable movie.
Yeah, I liked it.
Yeah, I know you did. All right, so Ron H. Go pal. Roxy glowing. She eating something weird again. I told her a long time, don't eat funky looking things off the ground, but Roxy gonna eat rocks.
Yeah, that's what happened.
Don't do that again, Rox. I got it. Sam reaction to Hollyweed. No. Ron H. You think we get Spider Ham in Secret Wars? I hope not. But Spider Ham, I love Spider Ham, but not
that would be wild.
Yeah, not for that movie. Where you been, Jamesy? Jamesy's back.
Woo!
Hello, Kristian and Roxy. Kristian, yesterday I watched The Furious and I love that. I love that movie.
Never saw it.
Oh my goodness. So good. I also watched the movie Penny Barber recommended, Baby Assassins, which is also great. That one I need to watch. She was raving about that. It's not only, and James, not only is it a movie martial arts franchise, there's like a TV show that comes afterwards. She said she watched the whole thing like on the plane.
Huh.
Yeah.
I remember she had really unique taste.
Yeah, and her and I we talked because I had her watch Obsession on the plane, and so we could talk about it. And she
You told me that, yeah.
Ron H. James, I thought you were saying you watched a whole bunch of Penny Barber films. I think we all have multiple times. I know I have. Fair enough. You don't want to watch those on the plane though. I'll tell you that. Johnny Patrizia, not totally convinced that Roxy liked the movie. She's
actually not. It's not my job to convince you that I liked it.
Yeah, I don't like when people do that. It's
so weird.
It's such a pet peeve of mine. Like when people
I like Johnny Patrizia though, but
I do too, Johnny also.
Yeah,
but it's not just Johnny. I've gotten this before where in my it's okay, man. You can say you just don't like the movie.
I get those.
Johnny, I'm not talking to you here, but why don't you just go fuck yourself? Like when they say that Johnny just says, this is not towards him. I'm talking about more so like when I get that on my out of the theater reactions, people go, oh, it's okay. That's his way of saying he doesn't like the movie. No, if I didn't like the movie, I would say, you know what? This one wasn't for me. I don't like this movie. So stop this. Fuck out of here.
Yeah. No worries, because Johnny, whatever, but like, okay.
It was a joke, guys. I think he was saying that you he was
that's why I prefaced it with I like Johnny.
Me too. I always like Johnny.
Okay, then good joke. Guys, it would be impossible for us to recall an hour ago that Johnny made a joke during that moment.
Right. That's true. Yeah. Doug Developer, 8850. Very intrigued by the Carrie series. Katie's in that. What happened to the bullies from your high school? Have you seen them at reunions or social media? Have they changed? Trying to think. I don't know necessarily. Trying to think of I don't caught up with any of them nor care to.
There were bullies.
Yeah, definitely. But no. Greenie from Oz. Without spoiling it, does it feel like more of a standalone Spidey story or more like an episode of the MCU? I think Roxy and I have different opinions on this. I think that, well, maybe we don't. I don't know. I think there's a good portion of the movie that feels like a standalone Spidey story. And then I think there's a big portion of it that feels like an MCU movie. Maybe we're on the same page. I don't know.
I don't think it feels like a standalone anything.
At all during the movie at all?
Well,
that's what I'm saying. There's portions of the movie.
No, but I'm just saying like where it starts and ends, it's part of even if it felt more like a Spidey story, it doesn't feel like a standalone Spidey story.
I think let me rephrase it for him inside that. In the context of the 3 previous movies and this movie, does it feel more of a standalone Spidey story or another MCU episode? I still think
I don't know how to answer that.
Okay, fair enough. JLM 219. Kristian, did Brand New Day feel like it was actually shot in New York City? Yeah. What was it not? It felt like it was.
Yeah,
it felt there were some really cool shots, and there was some stuff that I think that he paid homage to or took from other Spider-Man movies, stuff from the Garfield stuff from the Maguire films. There were other things that he did. Yeah, and there were some things that he did that were really cool, just like the essence of like Spidey and the mask and things, other things. There's things that I really want to dive into, but I really like the way he shot the movie. He gave it he gave it a personality in the way that he shot the movie, for sure.
He's awesome.
He's awesome.
Great director.
He's really good. Clip Ratings became a member. Thank you, Clip. Make sure when we do our live stream, we just had one, but we'll do another one in August, that you guys are submitting questions and doing all that stuff, please. Greenie from Oz. Tom Spider-Man films in your top 3 of all time? Well, I mean, he's because he has 4 movies. I mean, yeah. What other franchises have 4 movies?
Wait, I don't actually understand this.
So out of the top franchises that have 4 movies in them, what are they? Is the Tom Holland ones in your top 3, or are they in your of all time?
And then he did a laughing face, so maybe he's making a joke.
Maybe. I'm not sure. Gopal, is that how you pronounce Law Roach? I've never heard anyone say his name. In my head, I've been saying it like the individual words.
Didn't I say Law Roach?
I might not have.
I think it is Law Roach. Yeah, I think. I don't know.
67 questions thus far, Roxy.
Do you even know who that is, Kristian? Have you ever even heard it? Yeah.
No idea who that is. Who is that?
He's the one who designs Zendaya's dresses.
That's when you said that. Okay.
Like when she did the Challengers premiere, like all of her premieres. Yeah. Okay,
that makes sense. All right, let's see. So it looks like
he does like some with the Kardashian. He does a lot of the big top peeps.
Okay, so our Kickstarter guy will be on the show tomorrow.
Congrats.
I'm going to introduce everybody to him tomorrow. Holland was better in Brand New Day than Odyssey. Yeah, that's what I said. Said Jason Maynard. John DX Dragon. Harloff, no spoilers. Did you like Sadie Sink in her role for the film? And do you see a future with her in the MCU after Secret Wars? Well, I won't go into the second part of it because I think that could very well be a spoiler, and I don't want to get any story details. But yeah, I liked Sadie Sink in the role very much so. I'd like to dive into the spoilers with Sam when we could. Trey Porter. Batman, Spider-Man, Christopher Nolan, 3 franchises that are bulletproof these days.
That's funny to put Christopher Nolan in there, but you're not wrong.
No, you're not wrong. Yeah, I mean, if you know that if there's a Batman, Spider-Man, or Christopher Nolan movie, we're gonna have that kind of buzz about them when they're coming out. There's no doubt about it. I'll tell you though, I've been saying this. That it had the possibility to. I think Starfighter might have a shot. Starfighter might. At getting people excited about Star Wars, at least for one movie. I don't know.
But that's so different than saying bulletproof.
No, it's not
franchise.
No. Yeah. It used to be. Not anymore. No. It's the farthest thing from it. It's Swiss cheese right now. But I'm just saying it's got a chance. PLD's like, no. What do you mean? It's you. Do you think that it's in good shape? You can't. I know you love it all, but you can't think it's in good shape.
I wasn't shaking my head. I was more of like a disappointed, like
right. Like yeah, you're a fan of the Cleveland Indians in Major League before the season starts.
Give me my Charlie Sheen.
100%. You're sitting in the bleachers going, these guys don't look too fucking good. 100%.
Oh, these fucking guys.
Right. All right. Greenie from Oz. Spidey's the first movie I'll be going to the whole family with. Haven't done that since Endgame. Yeah.
That's nice.
Yeah, it's true. Speaking of which,
it's a good one.
Yeah, I had something else I was going to say. I'll bring it up later.
Yeah, what?
I forgot. Unknown by 6MR went to see Odyssey in IMAX 70mm, and the projector died within 10 minutes left in the movie. Waited an hour for it to be fixed. The next showtime started to come in. No employee told them it happened. What? This is the thing though. But this is the thing though that I always do, and I have no problem doing it. I am usually the person, Roxy. You've been in the theater with me.
You'll get up and you'll go.
I go immediately and let them know what's happening.
Yeah.
Because people will do that. They'll sit there and not say anything. And you know what happened? You know what happened recently that I did it right away? They keep the lights on in the theater. If I want the lights on, I'll stay home.
Yeah. Yeah.
Turn the lights off.
10 minutes left in the Odyssey.
That's terrible. That's terrible. That's going to ruin the experience. It's terrible. I'm sorry that happened to you.
I didn't even know the projector could die like that.
Yeah, I mean,
Like-
it's machinery. Anything, you know.
Yeah.
Samir, 84. Sony agreeing to let Feige and Disney produce the Spider-Man films was the best deal ever. Yeah, it's true. First 3 films combined to gross 3.9 billion. Brand New Day is most likely going to do 1.7 to 2 billion alone. Fantastic. Not wrong. Not wrong. Mr. Reyes, Rotten Tomatoes doesn't matter for me. Last Jedi was 91% on Rotten Tomatoes. Yeah, I mean, but that's
That's what The Last Jedi sits at.
That's crazy. Is it still at 91?
I don't know. Let me look.
That to me was like a statement. That's like a statement. It's like, because there's few movies that I'm like, you know, like I said, there's movies that
it has a 91%.
nuts. I'll watch movies like, because I even said it.
483 reviews.
I brought that up last night because someone said to me, you know, what'd you think? And I said, I'm not comparing this to Last Jedi. But what I'm saying is I don't like to say right away, you know, where I'm ranking things, because when I initially saw Last Jedi in the theater, I didn't even tweet about it. I was like, I don't know what the hell I felt about that movie. And then I went back and I kind of got Kool-Aided the next morning. I went to a screening at with everybody from Collider. I was like, and I still feel this way. As a film, it's a well-made film, but it's a terrible Star Wars movie. And every time I watch it, I don't hate is the wrong word. I dislike it thoroughly every time I watch it. But I love Rian Johnson still. I love the Knives Out movies. I love the Breaking Bad stuff. I don't buy into this nonsense of like, well, one movie, I can't stand that guy. He's the worst. It's just one movie that he directed that I just don't like. In the same way that I watched Masters of the Universe, and first time I watched it, I was like, there's some things in here that are good. The humor, it got worse for me the second time. Significantly worse the second time.
Yeah, because none of the jokes are gonna land for you.
And like and the stuff that's cool isn't worth it. Like, it is so dopey. It's so dopey. And Adam is like, I mean, like, even the one thing that really gets me pissed off is the idea that, like, okay, if you want to make Adam that goofy, He-Man wasn't that. When the sword came out, he was Superman, and he was the best version of himself. He was confident. He's just Adam with muscles in this movie.
I love Tila.
Tila's great. Tila's the best part of the whole movie.
Yeah, she is.
Tila's great. So PLD said he put this on. So Roxy, you'll love this. So like I said, this automatically made me realize that I had made the right choice when it came to showing Sam the movies in the order that I did. Check it out.
It's a go.
What? What did she say? Did she just say Leah? Like Leah?
Leia, keep watching.
Yo!
Keep watching.
Fuck that guy!
Look.
Oh! What? Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god. She's the other one.
How great is that?
So she had no idea.
She had no clue.
Wow, I've never seen anybody find out that way.
Right. And so that was why I felt like that was the best way to do it.
Did she just say Leah?
Yeah. She was like, what? It was the best. It was the best. I was so happy that it was that way.
That was wild.
Mike Joyce, how's life been lately, Roxy? Any fun adventures?
No.
Fair enough. Greeny from Oz. 100 million. Robert Downey Jr. seems wild, but at the same time, the Doomsday trailer with no Iron Man did leave a bit of a void kind of feeling. The Doom actor has some big boots to fill. Well said. Corgi, 1,000 joules. Thank you, James Diesel. Appreciate that. Jason Maynard, Doomsday was cheaper because Simu, how do I always pronounce it? I pronounce it wrong. I thought it was Simu Liu.
Simu Liu.
Simu Liu. See, it's a Simu Liu.
He doesn't have an extra letter there.
Begged to be in it and did it for free. That's not true. Thought Sadie worked well in Brand New Day. Marvel is making smart moves. Yeah, they're making good moves right now. They have an opportunity to really do some big things. Did you see Roxy? I forget. Did you see Long Walk?
No, still haven't.
Oh, you got to see that movie.
I know. That's what I hear.
Then you saw Romulus?
No, I've never seen
so
it.
so you really don't know much about the new
No,
Black Panther.
No.
Okay. Jago 24. Hey, Kristian and Roxy just joined. Not sure if you covered it, but what do you think about the trailer for Children of Blood and Bone, like Black Panther, but different with great cast? I saw that it came into my inbox, but I didn't
Wait,
check.
I don't even know what that is.
It's some. I had never heard about it until earlier this morning, but apparently people wanted to check it out.
Huh?
Yeah. Mr. Reyes, how would you rank the Spider-Man actors? Here's my list: Tobey, Garfield, Holland. All three capture what makes Spider-Man great in their own way. Again, recency bias, but for me, people are going to hate this list. People are going to hate my list. I got Holland, Garfield, and Tobey. Those are that's my list.
Toby's last on your list?
Yeah. I like him. I like him a lot. And I think he paved the way for the other guys. But I think Garfield was just a little older, but I thought he captured exactly what it was to be Spider-Man. I think he was a great Spider-Man, just was in at that time.
Are you differentiating Spider-Man from Peter Parker right now or no?
No, combined, both.
I'm wondering if the question is, though, I'm saying, like, are they saying rank just them as Spider-Man or them as...
Yeah. Well, I think he's just saying as far as... So he's just say Spider-Man actors. I think both.
Oh, my God. It's the guy from Industry.
What is?
I didn't even know that till you guys just told me in the chat. Thank you, David Johnson. He's in the show Industry that I love.
Oh, okay, yeah. He's got a big role in that, right?
Yeah. Yeah, he's awesome in the show.
Oh, he's awesome in general.
I mean, that entire cast is sick. I can't wait to watch all of them do more things.
You know, I didn't even tell you. I'm on this. I just really started it yesterday, but I've been pretty consistent with it. I started this new diet for a month, Roxy, for 30 days.
What is it?
I'll tell it again to the audience. And the last time I'll tell them because I don't want to get bored with it. But in the morning, it's just it's the same thing. It's 3 egg whites, 1 yolk with some spinach, with either a bowl of oatmeal or protein shake, right? Maybe a piece of toast.
Are you drinking water, supplements? What are you doing in the morning?
Yeah, I do supplements before I go to the gym. And then, and I have water and other things too. But then I have
like, are you one of those people who's waking up water, lemon, like, or
no,
you just go straight to the food? Okay.
No. I have a cup of coffee and everything too. But then 2 to 3 hours later, it's either mix and match cottage cheese with fruit or Greek yogurt with fruit. 2-3 hours later, it's either chicken, steak, or fish with spinach, broccoli, or a baked potato or sweet potato, and then rinse and repeat every 3 hours.
Are you meal prepping all that?
Yeah. I have it all in there. I've been doing it, and I went barbecued and grilled and do all that stuff, and that's kind of what I'm doing. So I'm doing that for 30 days.
How are you feeling?
I mean, it's only been 2 days, but it's been pretty good so far.
Nice. What are you trying to do?
I'm getting ready for the show.
No, but what are you trying to do?
Build a little more. So it's developing. Chest. The joke was always with when I interviewed Stallone about. He's like, "Look at that chest." I said, "The chest is an embarrassment." It made Stallone laugh, but it's been finally, that's been with Ming's workouts. It's been going. It's been going.
Ooh.
So, anyway, I might be in LA again. I'll talk to you about it off air soon. Dennis, didn't Snyder report Secret Wars hasn't filmed? Did he? I mean, they better start filming soon. The movie comes out. RDJ is out after Secret Wars. RDJ is EPM both Avengers, though, says Jason Maynard. Jason, do you have like inside tips? Is that what you're saying? RDJ basically spoiled the Variant Doom Tony plot. He did where? I don't know if he did.
Don't tell me.
Yeah, I don't know. I didn't hear that. Eric Kirby, 5310. Guys, don't forget, if it's not getting any press right now, but Jumanji 3 comes out in Christmas, how do you think the movie will do? I don't think it's tracking that well from what they said.
How did Jumanji 2 do?
What? I think it did pretty well. But I still think that it's got a shot to do it. Look, I don't know anymore because I still thought Moana was going to do decent because of the live action stuff. It did have some competition in Toy Story that was probably stupid to go up against its own thing. Plus, Minion's still out there. Made another 10 million this week, but still not enough to justify the spend on that. So Jumanji, but I think Jumanji's worth the risk. The problem is it's only gonna have a week before it just gets annihilated with Doomsday and Dune. So I don't know. Your mate Marto still crying, laughing to Kristian explaining how babies work to Roxy and Al Pacino impression back in the day. Boom, there it goes. Still makes me laugh. I don't remember that. Was that from SCN or something?
I think it's probably when I asked you if babies explode if they eat too much or something.
Uh-oh. Boom. There she goes.
I don't know.
Was worth trying, but now you got no future. All right, here we go. So, Jason Maynard, bring down Roka. Well, you got 82 so far. You got a shot.
Whoa.
Go, pal. The new season of Lioness premieres August 2nd, and I'm intrigued by the Shards coming 8/5.
I'll be watching Lioness. I don't know anything about the Shards.
I don't know shit about it. Smaug. Happy Tuesday, y'all. I like that. Nice Smaug. Thank you, Smaug. We met Smaug finally at the live
really?
stream. Yeah, at the live stream. It was nice. Jason Maynard. Hand Roka the L. Jason's trying to give you that one.
Oh, Jason.
Woka Roka. Hell, stop that. I am two fly cam. Cole went out on his 2 feet, ready to die in battle. That's how. Poor PLD. Credit where credit is due. You guys see Steve Lacy is spoiled in Brand New Day.
I think why he was in battle in the first place. It makes him a little bit. I just think he's so.
Well, I don't. We don't have the spoiler thing on anymore. So, Ron H. I knew Roku was Breaking Bad the day he fooked batteries pops. That was hilarious. No, Roku. Why you were the chosen one? How the heroes have fallen. Roku again. I get Roku's on my good side right now. He really came in yesterday when
he comes in clutch for you all the time.
All the time.
He really does. Yeah.
All the time. Optimus Climb. You were right. I was wrong about the Leia reveal. I would never doubt you again. Let's get your channel to big numbers. You deserve it. How nice is that? Thank you, Optimus.
Really nice.
Yeah, look, a lot of people said that to me though. You know, and for that reveal, I questioned myself because remember I was talking about maybe beeping the names or something. But man, am I glad that let it play that way. She lost her mind like it was the Red Wedding or something. It was great. Smaug. Did you guys see the Resident Evil Zach Crager interview with Brian Altano from IGN during Comic-Con? Brian mostly did a good job with the interview, but then he tried a bit that made the interview so awkward. Fell for the guy. No, what happened? What was the bit?
I don't know.
I'm trying. You know what? It reminds me. I got to reach out to Paul Walter Hauser to try to set up something for that movie. He's going to be in town, so we're going to try to sit down. Yeah, he's in that movie, so I'm interested in finding out more about it. But no, I haven't seen that bit. What's the bit? PLD, do you know what the bit was? No? Is there anybody who knows what the bit was? Smile, what was it?
Happens, though.
Yeah, it happens. If you take a shot, look, I don't mind if you try a bit and it doesn't work in the thing, as long as that's not your only shtick.
Right.
If you're just trying to like the one that drove me nuts was the TikTok influencer, whoever was talking to like, you know, actors, like prominent actors, and like doing like that mumble things. Like, oh, I just wanted to know when you were preparing for this movie.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
Oh, isn't it funny? No, it's ridiculous and obnoxious.
Yeah.
Grandmaster Choda. Hey, Littlefoot. Harloff. I'm Littlefoot. Oh man. Roxy gives me Ducky vibes from Land Before Time.
Yep.
I am monstrously high. Laugh my ass up. Brady Rose Peak. Oh, good. You got a chance to see it? Awesome.
The Ducky real life story is the saddest story I ever heard in my entire life. So I really hope I don't give you Ducky vibes.
What was the real life story of Ducky? It's a dinosaur, wasn't it?
The actor, the little child. You remember?
No. I don't know if I want to know it.
I think was killed by their parents.
Oh, no, I didn't want to know that. I am too flight.
If it's you guys correct me but it was like one of the saddest.
Oh my god! Please don't tell me that.
Yeah.
Oof. I am too flight Cam. Have you seen Lanterns yet, Roxy? Is it great? Thanks.
No, I haven't. I haven't seen it.
I have episode 1. I'm going to watch it soon. Jason Maynard. New Avatar was fire. Check it out. The show or the latest movie? I saw the latest movie, but are you talking about the show? Onslaught 2026 looks badass. Watch the trailer. Ron H. What is that though? I don't know what Onslaught is. You guys can get a little more context. The real Raging Cajun. Nice. Fair point. I was attached to the previous value of how many questions wins it, but monetization works too. Thank you, Real Raging Cajun. Don't intend on bothering, harassing. You're not. It's listen. Here's to Roxy beating Roker. First of all,
thanks, Real Raging Cajun.
No, it's not. It's just a matter of what people do, and this is the part of it. that I understand as well too. You guys are here every day and you're invested in who you like and what you want to see, and you get it and you're part of it, and it's part of being part of the community. I get it. But you also, as Roxy knows, I'm trying to run a business that's going to be able to keep these people on the show for as long as I can. And the same thing with me, keep myself doing this for as long as I can. So I have to do things in a way that makes sense. And this has helped being able to do that since we changed the system. Because like I said,
Has it?
Oh, tremendously. Because here's an example.
But Kristian, how is that possible when I can only be here twice a month then?
Because I still lost sponsors in the way that what I was able to do, because if it would be very different if those sponsors, if we were doing 4 sponsors, in the same way again that we used to do, wouldn't be an issue. But if we were kept the same system, Rox, that we did have, people would be able to do, if everybody was trying to do, everybody would be doing what you're doing now, if that was the case from the old system. For example, when there would be many times where the Friday show would win on, like, let's say 220 questions.
No, I know.
But
for
make
other
significantly
shows.
less than some, and not enough to cover both of their rates. PLD.
But since
editors,
then we've
everything else.
lost staff.
Yeah, but we haven't really lost. We put Chris on her show for now, and then
But she was already on there.
Yeah, but then we upped Ming doing more reactions. So, yes, it's a way to put stuff back into it. So that's
I guess.
You want to see the books? I'll show you the books.
No, I it's not that. I'm just saying,
Yeah.
when you say it's working, it hasn't. Maybe for you.
Yeah, well, yeah, it's working. It's working to keep the channel going in the way that it's working for sure.
Hell
Because if everybody would stayed at the same what we were doing, what you were doing, then no, it wouldn't be working. But because of the changes I had to make, now it is. All right, Jason Maynard, Rebecca Ferguson based Supergirl comment at San Diego Comic-Con. What did she say?
I don't know.
Okay, I don't know what she said. Unheard Sirens Incorporated. Love the Sith reaction with Sam. You're 100% correct. Oh my God, the layer reveal works better in the Sith than in Jedi. I wouldn't have known that unless I tried it, because I would have been with everybody. I was with everybody else. Ron H. Supergirl is my jam. I hope Sam likes it a lot. She's coming here today to check it out. So
I liked it too, Ron.
yeah, fingers crossed. Daniel Logan draws 400 jewels. Eagle. Thank you. This is as before China Patriza. Nathan Drake, an actor making 100 million seems ludicrous to me. Does a baseball player make 100 million? I mean, the answer might be yes. Does a basketball player 100 million? If you can justify the amount of money that they're going to potentially bring because of the story that you're putting together and you need them, then it might not be that crazy. So I don't know. With
It
the
is
movie,
also probably over, what is that, like a 5-year period, right?
yeah, I mean, it's 50 million for 2 movies. So with also, the amount of money those movies are going to potentially make with him coming back, and they're promoting the fact that he's coming back, you can make an argument for it.
I completely hear you, Nathan, about, like, if you're just talking about how much some people make in life and how little other people make.
Yeah.
For sure.
It's true. 1 million gems, a statue of PLD and Roka, and a loving embrace, says Ron H. Kristian, do you understand the gems thing yet? Not really. Come on, I can't explain everything for you. If you watch Hollywood, I'll keep explaining. I mean, I kind of understand that, there's certain things that we're not seeing that explains what the emoji is.
Wait, this is what Luke said. Rebecca Ferguson wore a Supergirl Woman of Tomorrow t-shirt at San Diego Comic-Con while promoting Silo, jokingly admitting she had not seen the film yet and remarking it would be really embarrassing if it's crap. That's funny.
Yeah.
Huh. I wonder why she wore the shirt.
I don't know. Maybe it's because it's
Did she wear just a Supergirl shirt, or did she wear
I don't know. Talisha, need more movie first reactions with Roxy. Maybe one with Sam. Roxy's committed to another channel.
I know.
She can't. She's here for that. Johnny Patriza, no drama, guys. I don't think Roxy's ever finishing One Piece with this new model, so I'm with Roxy on this one. That's a fair comment. Now that you're allowed to be bummed about, for sure. Yeah.
Maybe though, I could win this week and we could get one more episode under our belt slowly but surely.
That's true. Ron H. Enough with this IMAX 70mm crap. It should all be digital. An IMAX experience can be digital. What marketing BS? Odyssey is great on any format. I can't.
I do think Odyssey is great on any format. I don't think it's marketing BS though.
Yeah, and I also think I'm. There's a reason why it's doing as well too, because not everybody can do this. So I think the IMAX 70mm experience for Nolan is pretty great. So I actually really love it. The Joshua Steele, 1,000 joules. Go Trevi. Thank you, Joshua. Armada, new Airbud movie. Thoughts? It'll be fun to watch with my little one. I'm taking her to see the Paw Patrol movie, by the way, it was really it was actually really adorable because she's kind of aged out of it a little bit. But when I said you want to see it because it's a theater and you get popcorn, she's like, yeah, I want to go. And then the cutest thing ever, she goes, Dad, I got to ask you a question. I go, what? She goes, who's your favorite pup? Which was the best question ever. And I go, Chase, come on. She's like, all right. I go, what about yours? I go, let me guess. I go, Rubble. She's like, yeah. I go, what about Sky? She goes, both. I'm like, all right, fine.
Quizzing each other on Paw Patrol
is the best.
Goals.
Yeah, so I'm going to take her time. I'm tempted to let her do the out of the theater with me. Tempted.
Oh.
Jason Maynard. Nolan's Odyssey is like Luke Skywalker and Last Jedi. The only thing original in the new share the name. You're crazy. You're crazy, Jason. You're crazy.
Jason's coming in hot today.
The last couple he did, but that is your opinion, but your opinion is wrong. It is nowhere near Last Jedi, and that movie is incredible. It's an incredible movie, and if I'm going to be like those people that are fighting for the Last Jedi for the Odyssey, I'll do it. You're wrong. The question is, was your mind made up before you saw the movie? Armada, interesting that Destin was going to direct Avengers Kang Dynasty at one point. How do you think he'd do from seeing Brand New Day? I think great.
Really well.
Yeah,
he handles action super well. He handles emotional beats well. He's so good.
He's kind of look. He made that whole Wonder Man. I didn't really have interest in that show. He made it good. There's only one episode that I didn't like of that show that everyone else loved. He did a great job in that show too. He's no miss right now. Ron H. If my IMAX experience broke down, I would be pulling on my pants and telling someone something broke. If places loosen the vape thing, we're good. Now, no vape things. No, thank you. K Dog Westmore. Show Sam Solo before episode 7 or 8.
8 is what that says.
I think they meant 7 though. Hans Dice will go harder.
Han.
Yes. Well, yeah, Han. It's a Han for Han. Lando calls him Han. Han, we gotta save Han. You ever seen Empire Strikes Back?
Okay.
He says, Han, we gotta save Han. Maybe the first half of Solo is just really hard for me to get through. It's really hard for me. I'm so glad they're never doing another one of those movies. Armada, will sheep detectives have Kay say sheep every 5 seconds? Yes, if we did see it. I saw the trailer. The trailer looks good.
I hear it's amazing.
I heard it too. I'm going to screenshot this because I have to send this to Pinto. Nathan Drake, you think Downey as Doom will really get butts and seats? Does John Pinto care that Downey is playing Doom? I always try it. I don't think I've ever been successful in trying John Pinto during the work day, but I'll try right now. Call John Pinto. Let's see if it works. And I'm going to see I'll let him. He doesn't ever really pick up during the work week. He never has. I've tried to call him Roxy, but on the phone with you like 20 times.
Probably.
And he's never.
Oh, it sounded like he just did.
No, he didn't. Still ringing. So, let's see. No, he never picks up during the day. It's a busy man. Now, I will tell. I'll try to call my friend James. Let me see.
Why are we trying to call people?
For this point, call James Pallion. I'm gonna see if the same question, and he might pick up because he's a teacher and he's off for the summer.
Your call has been
forwarded to voicemail. It's my friends I've known since first grade. But the answer is, I think that will get his attention. Now, whether or not it gets him into the theater, I don't know, but it'll get his attention. And that's what they need to do. They need to get the attention of people. Ron H, Infinity Vision. What a bunch of bulls. The red is going to be redder. The blue is bluer. What if I was colorblind? Then vision would be nothing. Yeah, I don't know where you're going with that one. I don't know. Jason Maynard. David Johnson will be great as Black Panther. If Gosling isn't the new Black Panther, then Johnson is a great choice by Cool Guy. Jason is coming in hot today. Armada, Beethoven versus Shiloh versus Airbud films. What is the better franchise? Ooh, it's good. I don't know Shiloh, but I would say Beethoven. I would say Beethoven. Yeah. Anthony, Hanks, 440 joules, unclear. Thank you. Blaine, 500 gems. Kristian twisting the knob on the mic. Okay. Greenie from Oz, check out DDP Yoga. Kristian lost 2 in 1.5. Yeah, look, I remember when.
Were you doing DDP Yoga?
No. But DDP was on, I think it was Roddy's show when he was on. We're talking about it too. And he's also good friends with my friend Joe. So
I had him on Tomorrow's Show for 90 minutes.
He's great.
He's awesome.
He's great. He's a really positive dude. And he saved a lot of lives.
Yeah.
A lot of lives. Okay. Smaug, taking the Arnie impression too far with diet, Kristian. You're going to go method, bro? Respect. All seriousness. Good job. That's the way forward. Well, listen, I told him, you don't have to do the goat cheese. You could maybe put some fruit on it. It's fine. But you don't have to do it. There's other ways to do it. I know you've been eating the fish, but change it up. But if that's how you don't do it, you do it for 30 days, that's fine. Stop it. All right. John Burkhart realized this week the kid playing Darren in this season of House of Dragons playing Link in the Zelda movie.
Oh, whoa.
Okay.
I didn't know that.
Oh, okay.
Did you know that?
No, I did not. He's good. Jason Maynard. Did we beat Roki yet? We don't know. That's the whole thing. That's what Roxy was talking about. We don't know because the way that it works is it shows up in the day after, right? So today, by tonight, I'll know what Roka did. Tomorrow night, I'll know what Roxy did, and that's how it works. Ron H. According to Smaug 237, Brian tried to be a character from Resident Evil 4. It fell flat apparently, and merchants were not in Resident Evil or 1-2. Okay, hey, he gave it a shot. That's not too bad. He gave it a shot. Johnny Patricia, Kristian, are you going on History of Hyenas at all? I don't think I know what that is. What is that, Roxy?
I have no idea. Maybe a YouTube channel?
Maybe. I don't know what that is. Jason Maynard. That Manson grandchild doc seems exaggerated. It could be. Did you see this thing, Rox?
No.
So, I talked about this yesterday. Sadie started watching this thing on Hulu the other night, and imagine this. Imagine like you're really close with your dad. You two peas in a pod. He's an actor. You become an actor. You're doing this. You're doing all this. Very close with him still. And then your dad finds out randomly that his father is actually Charles Manson, and your grandfather is Charles Manson.
Mm-hmm.
What does that do to you? How does that change your life in general?
I'd have a million questions.
Right. So that's essentially the premise of the.
Is it a series or it's a doc? Does that really happen? Yeah. Okay.
It really happened. Yeah. Ron H. Onslaught. When a rogue squad of genetically engineered super soldiers break loose in the desert, a badass army sniper must unleash hell to protect her young daughter. Now, Kristian, watch Hollywood. Who's in Rogue Squad? Who's in Onslaught? Who's in that?
I don't know.
Who's the main person? Interesting. Jason, she said she hasn't seen Supergirl because she was afraid it was crap. Yes.
Oh.
Yes. Stay hydrated. Thank you, Marco, with 550 joules. Appreciate that, Marco. Matt Force, watch the trailer for the Reacher spinoff, Neegly, and I couldn't hope for a more appropriate spinoff. She's always on her own and kicks butt. Oh, there's a new spinoff show?
I didn't know until you just wrote that, Matt.
Okay. There you go. Cassie Weir, you both rock. Son of the Mask, worst sequel ever. I don't know worst sequel ever. Caddyshack 2's up there. Yeah, there's some bad sequels. Worst sequels ever.
I can't think of my least favorite ever.
What is that? Ever?
I can't think of one right now.
Yeah, you'd have to go back and so Major League 2 is not great, but it's not the worst sequel ever.
It's Audrey Arjona, Dan Stevens, Rebecca Hall, Michael Biehn. That's interesting. I didn't know.
It's a good cast.
Yeah.
You said the two words will get me in the theater. John DX Dragon, Harloff, if you end up loving Cretin's upcoming, is it Naruto?
Yeah.
Say it wrong. Will you do a reaction to the entire series? Naruto. Who may like to react? Is Naruto an anime?
Yeah, I've heard staff talk about Naruto.
Never do an anime ever again on this channel because of what that.
Yeah, but if it's Cretin's upcoming Naruto, maybe it's a live action adaptation. I know.
That I would do, but I'm never doing I'm never doing anime ever again after what not Dragon Ball, Demon Slayer that the people did in general is terrible. Nathan Drake, I missed the simplicity of the first two Raimi Spidey movies. Those were standalone stories without a bunch of side characters, just strictly Spider-Man. Yeah, unfortunately, because Spider-Man's in the MCU, it's just really hard to do that. And I thought they'd do that pretty well in the beginning, but they can't sustain it for the whole time. So, but I get it. All right, next one. Ron H. I hope comic is okay. I need him to be okay, please. Yeah, I think he's going to be all right. He's going to follow. He'll check back in with us for sure. Jason Maynard. Isn't this technically Black Panther 2 because the other one was Wakanda Forever? Stop it. Jason. Son of the Mask is basically Nolan's Odyssey. Hey. Home Alone 3 is basically Nolan's Odyssey. Hey. And then KCJ, 80 Joules Clock. Speaking of Home Alone, that was one of the stories I was going to bring up and I forgot to bring it. Macaulay Culkin pitched a new Home Alone with an older Kevin McAllister that the studio apparently really liked.
Huh.
That might be interesting if they can make it like
that. I could see that.
If you can make it like a cool Christmas vibe, I just hope. Now, I'll tell you a sequel that was really bad. Talking about sequels that were bad. Christmas Story 2. They did one with Ralphie again. It just completely missed the mark.
What year did they do Christmas Story 2?
It was like 3 or 4 years ago.
Wow, I don't remember that
at all. It was kind of like an HBO Max movie, and I was so excited to see it. It's awful, and Peter Billingsley is in it, and it's awful, and it just does not capture the spirit of what the original movie is at all.
You wouldn't think that Macaulay Culkin would have to pitch this. You would think they would have pitched him on.
Well, I think that they kind of did, and he pitched like what the story would be.
Got it.
I think that's what ultimately what the story was. All right, Rox, that's 101 or 102 rather. Hold on, there's another one just came in. I think. Yep. Christmas. Hey, if you want to keep adding to Roxy's thing by doing that, that's Christmas.
Jason Maynard, I'm loving it. Keep sending in those hot takes.
That was funny, Jason.
You didn't even read it out loud.
I did. He said Christmas Story 2 was basically the Odyssey. So.
Yes. So.
Anyway, Roxy, 102 today. Pretty damn good. Good to have you on the show as always. I will let you know ASAP what's going to happen. Tomorrow is going to be me and I'm not announcing name yet, but the guy who's running our Kickstarter campaign, he will be on tomorrow. Thursday, Kevin Spence is out for a couple more weeks. Chris Carr's back on Thursday, and then on Friday, Winston A. Marshall. Mike will be back next week. He couldn't make it here today. We got another one here, Rox. Let's see. Oh, big one here from Eclipse. Thank you, Eclipse.
Woo-hoo.
I didn't catch yesterday's show live, but I wanted to get this point in about the accuracy of the Odyssey cast. I can't take any accuracy critique seriously. I mean, sometimes you can, but this time around, this movie particularly, I'm with you. Yeah,
I'm so with you.
Yeah. Jason Maynard, Iron Man 2 is better than Nolan's Odyssey. It's gonna be the whole. You're gonna win because of that. Ron H, I like Jaws 2 more than I should have. Same. Is it the Odyssey of shark films? Nolan should do a Jaws film. No. So Eclipse follows it up. If you're only complaining about the people of color and not any of the white actors who aren't Greek, your complaint is disingenuous. It's fair. You don't want accuracy. You want the illusion of accuracy. Yeah, I think that's fair because Brad Pitt wasn't Greek. And he played Achilles. You know, you're not wrong, Eclipse. Jason Maynard, Nolan was basically.
Why is Matt Damon Greek?
No, he's not.
Oh.
That's what he's saying. Saying if
but you just went to Brad Pitt. I didn't know if you were.
Well, because when Brad Pitt when he was
I get it.
Because there was no okay. Jason Maynard, Nolan to Homer's basically ballerina to John Wick. All right. Christian, Adria stars in Onslaught. Thank you, Ed. Found that out through Rocks.
I found it through the chat.
True. Jason Maynard, Nolan's Odyssey is better than the Roca show. Oh man, taking hits. KCG, what? You know what you could have done, Jason? You could have put all those in one big one for Roxy. You could have put a big paragraph for Roxy with one shot, because now every time you put that $1.99 in, YouTube takes like 60% of it, and you just put in basically 35 cents for her. Put in a big one with the same big paragraph and get it all out one shot. Then Roxy be doing good, and then you can beat Roca. You got so excited for that. I am Too Fly Cam. Enjoyed your Backrooms reaction, Roxy. Chiwetel is so great. You should react to Alien Romulus with Spaney and David Johnson. Great performances. You absolutely should if you haven't.
I would have to watch all of the other.
Yeah. Well, Yes, I mean probably if they were going to do that for sure, but I think that
I saw the first Alien movie. That's it.
Okay.
I've never seen a Predator movie, and I've never seen the rest of the Alien movies.
You've never seen? That's right. You haven't seen the Predator movies. I watched those with Steph. Did you like the end of Backrooms?
Yeah, I know you struggled with that. I did.
You did. Okay. You're again. I think I'm in the minority.
It's not like a feel good ending.
No, I just don't like this kind of like, well, you figure it out. Jason Maynard, is that how this works? It does. 1,000 joules on Roka's nuts on 4. Why does everyone take a shot at poor Roka? Now this guy was like ill yesterday. Taking a shot at the poor guy.
He's kind of easy to take shots at. I love Roka so much, but he is so intense. So
yeah, I know. Well, PLD, you can't do that.
I'm easy to take shots at.
PLD goes, Casey says you skipped the super chat. Where is it? So bring it up.
People take shots at me all the time too, and I'm easy to take shots at. I don't mean it anyway.
PLD's like, yeah.
Last time I did that, you yelled at me for just bringing it up.
Bring it up now. I don't know where it is.
I did.
Oh, okay. What movies are we looking forward to in August? I could have done that. KCG. In August, let's see.
What's even coming out?
Oh, I know what I'm looking forward to. It's the Anne Hathaway one, the Oak Street one. Let's see. I'll tell you right now. The movies that we got coming out in August. Well, we got Spider-Man coming out on July 31st. That's not August. So August 7th is Super Troopers 3. I've never been a Super Troopers fan, so I really don't care.
Yeah, same.
I feel like Roxy's movie that weekend will be one night only. That's a romantic.
I'm supposed to see that this week, I think.
Me too. The following week is End of Oak Street, Paw Patrol. Whatever the Wrong Girls is, I don't know. August 21st is Insidious. And then August 28th, Cliffhanger Coyote versus Acme, which is getting good reviews. So yeah, I think out of all those, Oak Street is the one I'm looking forward to the most in August.
August is a little bit of a lame month for me.
Yeah, it is. It usually is. I Am Two Fly Cam and Joe. We did that one. Sorry. Scotty B. 1 year hype. Is Live at the Roxy coming back?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Kristian, did you like Minions or Paw Patrol more? Well, I haven't seen Paw Patrol yet. I fell asleep in part of Minions. I liked Minions. I did like Minions. And I saw that with my oldest daughter, which it was a nice time. I enjoyed it. Ron H. Fook, YouTube. They're robbing you on every S chat. Love the favorite. They kept alive on many antics. Some I don't know. 60% might have been hyperbole. What can PLD or Luke? What is the actual percentage that YouTube takes from super chats? I don't know.
It is like 40 something.
It's something big, but I don't know if it's necessarily 60. Greenie from Oz. Bill and Ted is basically Nolan's Odyssey.
I think it's different for every super chat too.
Maybe. Cassio Beard. Ironically, Troll 2 was an epic sequel. Trolls. I like Trolls was a good franchise. Wrong Girls is a Kristen Stewart movie directed by her wife. Thank you, Gopal. I didn't know that. Let's see. So PLD says YouTube takes 30%. Okay.
No, PLD's wrong.
Oh, he's wrong? Okay. Well,
what's wrong?
That's what he looked it up.
Yeah, I know, but they lie.
Oh, okay.
I know because sometimes they take 30. They say they always take around 30%, but they don't. It's different all the time.
Jason Maynard puts in a big one here. Thank you, Jason. Anyone but Roka. Roxy, OG, DC News Show, Tenet, and The Dark Knight Rises both better than the Odyssey. Phantom better than the Odyssey. Mummy with Tom Cruise is better than the Odyssey. Danhausen better than the Odyssey. Danhausen. Jason's kind of a funny guy. Paramount over the Odyssey. Okay. Fair enough. Disagree. But
thank you for that.
Oh, here he comes. Here he comes. You got something?
I agree. Yes. I was trying to confirm on the YouTube thing. It is 30% generally, but there is something more with the mobile app. It takes 30% of the remaining 70%.
So change, like Roxy said, so it's different.
It does change a little bit.
Okay.
Standard.
All right. Well, there you go. So thank you guys.
Do that shit all the time. Like, take 30%, and then all of a sudden it's like 42%.
It's more. Yeah, it's more. All right, Rox, where can the good people find you?
Everywhere at Roxy Stryer.
Simple enough. Guys, we got a lot going on right now with the channel. Like I said, today, not only can you watch the Masters of the Universe reaction. You can watch our out of the theater reaction that both myself and Sam did for Spider-Man Brand New Day. You will get our non-spoiler review, which will be coming up a little later today as well. Tomorrow we'll drop our Supergirl reaction. I'm going to hold on Iron Lung. I'm going to put that out next week because I just think that we have just too much going on right now. Because Friday, I still got to get Ming in here to do Invincible reactions. Friday we have the Obi-Wan Patterson cut. And then on Sunday, we've got what happened, Winston? Who's smoking something? I don't know what he's talking about. Winston said, whatever you're smoking, load me a bowl. I don't know what he's talking about. Anyway, so we've got more stuff going on in general with the spoiler review for Spider-Man Brand New Day. That'll probably come out either Friday or Saturday as well. So a lot going on this week. So make sure you click like, comment, subscribe, do all that if you haven't already. Tomorrow, bringing in our Kickstarter guide so you know what's going on, so you guys can ask questions. So be here tomorrow with us. Appreciate it. And that's it. So, we got a couple more here. I'll read them out. So for Rox, History Hane is a show with Chris DiStefano and Giannis Pappas. Roka's good people. He just is a very intense guy. Thank you, Johnny. I didn't know that. I didn't know that one. Matthew Garrett is better than seeing Roka. That's funny, Jason. All right. So then you get Jason Maynard again. Rocky's Echo. Oh, then better than the Odyssey. Okay, guys, stop sitting. Christian has to watch Hollywood. No, Ron H. I can't. Master of the Universe. Better. You're a crazy person. Guys, thanks again. Apple Podcast, Spotify, anywhere podcasts are found. Thank you to both Sam and MK for doing the time codes. Thank you to PLD and Luke, Jonathan, everybody who's part of it. Go to the Schmodown Vault channel. We're going to be putting up Roka versus Makuga today. Thanks again. Appreciate you. And we'll see you on the flip side. Bye.
Did you shit in there?